Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow, 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 ow.
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Irreverent Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. Good morning, brothers and sisters. And I've already heard from some people out there, and I'm just going to wait a second. But good morning, brothers and sisters. This includes our new members who may be enjoying us for the first time, wherever you may be and wherever you want to be, because you may not be where you want to be, yet there you are. My goodness. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. And here in my office, it is Sunday, January 11th, and 70 degrees. Yes, and no humidity. But on the other side of this wall, it's a beautiful day. It's really nice for January in Westminster. It's 39 degrees, only 3% chance of rain, and a 100% chance that I'm going to wake your ass up. Yeah, wake your ass up. Wake your ass up. All right, yeah, yes indeed. Going to wake your ass up on Sunday morning, yeah. Prepared a sermon just for you, yeah, just for you. Just wake your ass up, wake your ass up. You're that morning. The Church of Last Resort's coming for you, yeah.
That's garbage. That's garbage.
Sorry, somebody said they were sleepy, and I was just trying to wake their ass up. So, welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, MCM, LIX. People have also called me the racy Reverend, the pervert pastor, the vile vulgar vicar of vice, the sexy shepherd, the missionary man, the minister of mischief, the dirty deacon of doggy style, the frisky fry, the ass man abbot, the collared cleric, the booty banging brother, the handsy high priest, Father Fistmas, the derelict lector, the wicked I like to watch witness, the holy hoe, the divine dominating dominee, the depraved preacher, the tickle me theologian, the minister of making love, the clergy of cunning conversation while eating that pussy and that nasty N-word. Yes, indeed. Point is that I come by many names and by many methods, and I do not come easy. Lord have mercy. So let us, children, let us all begin in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. Now, if you were listening on the radio and that was a little unexpectedly loud, I'm sorry. Not sorry, because I didn't think about that. I did that for, as a friend of Coffee with the Dog would say, I did that for an audience of one. Yes, indeed. It is time for our opening prayers, sponsored by Tantally. Yes, indeed. If you need an opening, Tantally has your opening needs. If you or someone you know is in need of a prayer by the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, please send your request for a prayer or healing, forgiveness, or any such request to me at drreverendjellyroll@gmail.com. That's drreverendjellyrolle@gmail.com. Just like it's scrolling across the bottom. Yes, it's scrolling across the bottom. Yes, indeed. It's scrolling across the bottom. Good morning, Sister Ann. Yes, and scrolling across the bottom. And good morning, Kickbots. It's not Sunday morning without a good kick in the bot. Yes, indeed. The Kickbots are there. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Kickbots. Love you. Love you, love you. Love you long time. Now, if you email me, please remember to spell roll with an E on the end. Otherwise, that other jelly roll, not me, will wind up with your requests, and you do not want them people. You know who them people are. I shouldn't have to tell you. You know who them people are. You know, they will not handle your blessings gently. They will take your prayers, they will take your requests, and they will take your needs and your wants, and they will treat them like they are ice and like you're brown. Okay? Or actually like they're ice and you're not. Okay, that's it. They're like there's to borrow from Chevy Chase, they're ice and you're not. That's right. I say, brothers and sisters, let us join together and put an end to these government-sanctioned snuff films. Yes, indeed. They did it with Venezuela, making these snuff films, blowing people up. They know that there are people they're killing, but they're making live recordings of it and putting it out there for all to see, mainly for their base to get off, get their little actions going. Ooh, look, our government killed another body. Ooh, look, our government killed another person, and they're sitting there going, So let us pray that we can put an end to these government snuff films, or at least to an end to the people making them. How's that? Yes, indeed. That's right. Now, as far as these prayers go, like I said, we have a disclaimer that we put up every single day, but we only read it once a week. We put it up every day. We read it once a week. Our disclaimer, while all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when we want them to be. Some restrictions and some loopholes and restrictions may apply. I got to get that order right. Loopholes and then restrictions, not restrictions and then loopholes. If you're a lawyer, you understand what I mean. There's a difference. It's how you say it, where you say it, why you say it, if you said it. All right. Some loopholes and restrictions may apply. And by May, I'm talking all 13 months. Right? Yeah, because there's an extra month thrown in there on leap year, I think. I'll look. I hate to mislead you. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. That's right. So, children of the corn, please bow your head unless you're driving your car or your significant other. And if that is the case, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and let Jesus do the driving while we pray. Yes, that is my attorney reminding me to tell you, but do not let go of the wheel until you know Jesus has control. Okay? Now I mean full control. I don't just mean not just the steering, but the gas and the brake as well. That's as well, not as well. Okay? As well is what you could get when your cheeks tighten up just before you hit a wall because you closed your eyes and let Jesus do the driving before he took control. That's right. So, brothers and sisters, please be careful out there. I do not have a big audience. So if I lose one or two, I think you're all gone. Lord have mercy. Now, and good morning. Is that good morning? Yes, indeed. Sinners and saints, all are welcome. As long as you put something in the collection plate, you're welcome. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Brett Hannah Shuford. Brett Hannah Shuford, the Broadway actor known for Wicked and The Little Mermaid, has died. He was 46. Brett had been battling hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis, easy for you to say, and peripheral T-cell lymphoma. Peripheral T-cell lymphoma. I did rehearse saying that, and I still got it wrong. I'm gonna start taking the cheap way out and just here's the deal. I don't mind saying here's the deal. I'll just pay GD a nickel. The News people will say HLH and PTCL, like you know what the fuck that means, okay? So I get the longhand, and I want you to know what they're talking about, because unless you have HLH or PTCL, you don't know what the fuck it is. You could have it right now and nobody told you, and you're going, my peripheral T-cell lymphoma seems to be acting up. So, and that, okay, and speaking of which, peripheral T-cell lymphoma basically compromise your immune system. Okay, I don't understand how a compromised immune system can kill you. It's usually a disease that kills you because your immune system is compromised. You know, like my brother did not die from AIDS; he died from pneumonia because he had AIDS. Because he had AIDS, he could not fight off the pneumonia, and the pneumonia killed him. Before we got a chance to, motherfucker was also a junkie and stealing shit from our house. So one of us was going to kill him. It was either going to be the pneumonia or the old family members. I'm sorry, I had to cut that out when I make the shorts. Brett Hannah Schufert left this world peacefully with love, surrounded by his family. Our hearts are broken, but we will continue to make him proud of us, close quote, according to his husband, Stephen. Put the Stephen, okay, not Stephen, who made this statement in lieu of an alibi. Mm-hmm. Brett began acting with the Gingerbread Company as a child. Also appearing, I'm sorry, that sounds like some kind of sexual trauma waiting to happen. We're the Gingerbread Company. Run as fast as you can. I'm going to catch you. I'm the Gingerbread Man. And they got a whole company of them? Oh, Lord have mercy. Also appearing in he appeared in local community theater and regional commercials and indie films. Could be porn. Doesn't say what the indie films were, because I've done the indie film, one, and on beta. And I doubt that you ever see it because it's on beta. Yeah, had to protect my future, so I put it on beta. Making his matter of fact, I'll get a copy right now. I'll go down the basement, get a copy, give it to you in your hand, and dare you to play it because it's on beta. I wasn't always a minister. That's right. Making his Broadway debut in Beauty and the Beast, Brett continued working with Disney theatrical in The Little Mermaid, where he met his future husband, Stephen. I do not know what parts they played, but I have an idea what parts they played with. Mm-hmm. Brett's other Broadway credits include Wicked, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, A Wonderful Life, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, Amazing Grace, and Cirque du Soleil Paramour. He also performed in touring productions of South Pacific and Dreamgirls, where he dreamed of being one. On screen, Brett appeared in The Wolf of Wall Street, as well as episodes of Only Murders in the Building, FBI Most Wanted, The Good Fight, Law and Order, Special Units, All My Children, and Guiding Light. Which is where he's headed right now. He's walking right towards it. Rest in peace, Brett. All that work for Disney, and you did not have a fairy tale ending. Can I get a final bow? But don't bow over too deep, because that's like bow. Taking a bow in theater is like bending over and picking up the soap in prison. So I hear. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Bob Pulford. Bob Pulford, a Hockey Hall of Famer. Was that farmer? Nope, it's a Hall of Famer who spent 30 years as a Black Hawks coach, general manager, and executive in a variety of roles, has died. He was 89. His cause of death is undisclosed. Apparently, it started somewhere in his body, metastasized to another part where it stopped before stopping his heart. That's what undisclosed does. That's why we got to stop it. Pulford, a native of Ontario, damn. See, that's how they say it when they lived there. You probably didn't know that because you don't live in Ontario. It's like New Orleans. So Pulford, a native of Ontario, already had enjoyed a lengthy playing career with the Maple Leafs and a 5-year stint as the Kings coach before joining the Hawks in 1977. But it turned out his career was just beginning because he didn't know how to do anything else. He was too fat to figure skate. That's it. So he was stuck with hockey. During the course of the next 3 decades, which has already passed, it's not the next 3 decades, he's dead. So during the course of the next 3 decades in his life, back then, Pulford had 4 stints as the Hawks coach and another 4 as their GM, frequently coming to the rescue as an interim coach option after abrupt firings during a tumultuous era for the franchise. Okay. That doesn't, okay. Sounds to me like he couldn't do the job well enough to keep it or bad enough to keep him from coming back to do it again. That's you know, or as we say in coaching, white privilege. As a player, Pulford played 1,079 NHL games from 1956 to 1972, recording 281 goals, 362 assists, 643 points, and 0 missing teeth. Not a real hockey player, is he? He spent 14 seasons with the Toronto Maple Leafs before playing his final 2 campaigns with the Los Angeles Kings. Pulford also skated in the NHL All-Star Game 5 times from 1960 to 1968. From 69 to 72, he watched it on TV just like the rest of us. With Toronto, he won 4 Stanley Cups, 62, 63, 64, and 67, and earned a reputation as one of the toughest, most dependable centers of his era. His next era was thinking he could be as good a coach. Rest in peace, Bob. You played hockey like you didn't give a puck. Can I get a complete set of teeth? Dear Lord, please bless Brother Michael Reagan. That's right, Michael Reagan, the son of the late President Ronald Reagan, and his wife, actress Jane Wyman, Mommy, as some people called her, Mommy, has died. He was 80. The cause of death was either cancer or family, because they were both there. He had them both. He had both family and cancer. One of the 2 killed him. Democratic strategist Victor Franco said, quote, "The cool thing about Michael is you never would have known that he was the son of a president," close quote. Son of a bitch? Most definitely. Michael Reagan spent most of his adult career defending his father's legacy and denying his father's lunacy. That's right. Rest in peace, Michael. You spent a lot of time trying to be someone your dad could look up to, or at least remember. Can I get a Contra Iran rewrite? Dear Lord. Please bless Brother Doug LaMalfa. Doug LaMalfa, California Republican representative, has died. He was 65. Doug LaMalfa passed away after suffering a local aortic aneurysm and experiencing a heart attack during emergency surgery. Now, I'm confused by a local aneurysm. Aren't all aneurysms local? I mean, you can't have an aneurysm in someone else's body. It's got to be local. It's not like you can get a surrogate to have the aneurysm for you. You go, "Excuse me, sir, You look pretty healthy. Can you carry this aneurysm to term for me? And I'll raise it after it comes to term. I'll raise it as my own. See, doesn't make sense. I don't know why they say a local aneurysm. It's not like you're going to have one anywhere else. House Speaker Mike Johnson said of LaMalfa's sudden death, "Fuck, my margin was thin enough as it is." LaMalfa's chief of staff, Mark Spanagel, released a statement on behalf of the congressman's office confirming his death and stating that LaMalfa, quote, leaves a lasting legacy of servant leadership and kindness to the North State, close quote. He also added, quote, his humor and work effort are legendary, with one reporter once saying he'd look in the backyard of every barbecue just to see if Doug was there visiting, close quote. Now, he was always looking for a free meal, while he was okay with letting children go hungry, says me, close quote. That's right. LaMalfa is the fourth member of this current Congress to die. The rest are just ineffective. Rest in peace, Doug. I guess death is better than living with the results of what you helped to do to this country. Can I get a Democratic replacement? Dear Lord, please bless brother Bob Ware. Bob Ware, the guitarist who co-founded the Grateful Dead, has died. He was 78. According to his family, Ware, quote, transitioned peacefully, surrounded by loved ones, after courageously beating cancer as only Bobby could, close quote, before later succumbing to underlying lung issues. Quote, there is no final curtain here, not really, only the sense of someone setting off again, close quote. Family is noting his hopes that his legacy and lengthy catalog will go on and on and on and on like a Grateful Dead concert. As a matter of fact, Bob died probably 2 years ago, but they're still playing, so he couldn't leave the stage. Once the song was over, he killed. That's it. Bob co-founded the Grateful Dead in the early 1960s alongside Jerry Garcia after the pair met as teenagers in Palo Alto, California. The band would go on to become one of the most influential groups in rock history, celebrated for its improvisational live performances and its fiercely loyal fan base known as Deadheads, mostly from drugs, which is also why they improvised so much. So much drugs, they had no idea what they were playing at the time or how it was supposed to end. That's right. Every song was like a, how do they put it, stream of consciousness. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1994 as a member of the Grateful Dead, Bob continued performing long after the band's original run ended following Garcia's death in 1995, later leading multiple Dead-related projects, including Bob Ware and Wolf Brothers. It should have been called The Other Guys Band, because people know people know Bob Ware's name, but when they think of the Grateful Dead, it's Jerry Garcia. I mean, shit. Okay, Ben and Jerry's created a limited edition non-dairy flavor called Jack Strawberry, which is inspired by Bob Ware and his wife, Natasha Ware. Did you know that they had that flavor? No. This flavor was made in celebration of Bob Ware's performances and is not for sale. But there is hope, right? That it could become a permanent addition to their lineup in the future. Okay. So Bob Ware, where's your flavor? Okay. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, Bob. Where is your ice cream flavor now? Jack Strawberry, not respect. Not shit. Jack Strawberry got Jack respect. They be honest. Can I get a Bobby Wary Berry? That's what they should have called it. Bobby Wary Berry instead of Jack Strawberry. I don't know where'd they get Jack from? Jack shit? Jack what? No, his name was Bob Ware. Okay, Cherry Garcia makes sense. Cherry Garcia, Jerry Garcia. It makes sense. But Jack Strawberry? No. Call it Bobby Wary Berry. And you throw every kind of berry that you can in there. Or don't put any berries in it and make people wonder where's the berry. Bobby Wary Berry. Sorry. That went on way too long. I'm going to shorten it up somehow, somewhere. All right. Man. Whew, Lord have mercy. This last one kind of is a little bit upsetting to me, but I'm going to get through it. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Craig. Craig, one of its most famous, one of the most famous elephants in Kenya has died. Craig, known for his massive ground-sweeping tusk, died of natural causes. He was 54. Amboseli National Park in Kenya, and indeed the world lost a true icon. Craig, the legendary super tusker, famed for its immense ground-sweeping tusk and calm, dignified presence, passed on at the age of 54, according to the Kenya Wildlife Service. Died last Saturday. We have a comment. Craig's girlfriend. Take your time, Cassie. Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. Amen. Amen. Man. To be honest, that was a little bit too much information. I did not know that's what they say about Big Tusk. Did not know. Now we all know what they say about elephants with big tusk. Rest in peace, Craig. I'd play Fleetwood Mac, but I can't afford to strike. That's right. Can I get a tusk, tusk, tusk? And finally, Lord, please bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff at Mind Dog TV. They are truly doing your work, helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. They could be anywhere today, but they're just here wishing they were anywhere today. That's right. So wake up! Sorry. And that ought to count for something. MindDogTV.com, the place to go to get all of your church or last resort gear, your coffee with the dog gear, your paint with Matt gear, all of that, all your gear. You can get it right there. Brothers and sisters, now it is time, the time that I've been waiting for. I mean, it's time to have a little bump for the Lord. That's right. A little bump for the Lord, brought to you by Bump in a Bottle, straight from our veins to your innards. Wine, just like Jesus used to make. Whoa, tastes like salvation. Army made it. Not the best batch, but it's almost gone. I like the Rosetta Stone better. The Rosetta better. So, brothers and sisters, in the name of George Collin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, brothers and sisters, before we continue with our segment, Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, we have, like I said, we are so proud to be part of the Mind Dog TV network. They've done such good work over the years, entertaining people and educating people. They are like number one in Latin hymns. They are like number 3 in science, number 2 so it's a number 68 in improvisational comedy, which, they're number, and I don't get this, they're like number 400 in coffee. It's in their fucking name, Coffee with the Dog. It starts off coffee. It's even in there before the dog, but it's like 400 somehow. I don't even know. But those are all ratings by something called Pod. So, but the point is, we are honored to be part of their family. And if you want to be on their show, Coffee with the Dog, you want to be part of the family, please listen to Sister Curly Hair So Bright. She'll tell you how.
Comedians, musicians, songwriters, filmmakers, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is booking for the
winter and spring
now. Get free publicity and hone your interview skill in a fun and safe setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live radio, live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in syndication on iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard, like Zoom but easier, although occasionally we do in-studio interviews.
That's garbage.
The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, and they have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities such as Robert Klein, Mike Binder, Eddie Brill, Doug Stanhope, Steve Byrne, Paul Provenza, Jeff Altman, and many, many others. For booking, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
Thank you, sister. That was just long enough for me to erase my whiteboard in case I need it. Yeah, thank you. She has been a true trooper. She's here like every week, doing this just for this. She comes in, she does it, she reads it live every single time, without a mistake. She just does it every single time. I love you, Sister Curly Hair So Bright. And men, she's single. Just so you know. So, in today's segment, Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, we're going to talk about Like a Prayer, 1989, as sung by Madonna, not by anybody else who may have covered it. Madonna version. Now, Madonna's Like a Prayer. Madonna's Like a Prayer is one of her most controversial and talked about songs, mixing religious imagery with sexual undertones. It sparked debates over its true meaning, whether it's about faith, love, something else, or something more provocative. Now, this particular device that she's using in the song is not unusual. Okay, it goes back many years. We've actually earlier in the year, or not earlier in the year, earlier in this series of Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, we did a song called Volatile Cocktail. Same thing. It was told from two points of view at the same time. Relationship between that person and God, and their relationship between that person and love, or that person and their significant other. And same thing here. Okay, the song's lyrics can be read as a passionate devotion to God or as a metaphor, and we know what he metaphor, because she was a virgin, and he metaphor to make a little baby. Take 4. The song's lyrics can be read as a passionate devotion to God or as a metaphor for a deep, even erotic human connection. Okay, that's what I said. I don't know why I got to redo that. That's what I said. Fundamentally, the idea it is premised on is that God sometimes reaches out to her. Like reach out and touch her, boom, 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 boom. Sorry, wrong song. Such experiences apparently tend to take place during the midnight hour. Not just with her, but with like almost everybody else. That's because midnight is an expression which may point to a time of desperation, but it's also a time of hope, okay? See, most people think of midnight as the darkness at the midnight hour, at the end, the last moment of the previous day. See, that the last moment, the middle of the darkness, but it's also the beginning of the lightness. So the midnight is not just the darkest hour, it's the beginning of what could be the next day, the next moment, the next change. Okay. So midnight is not always so, it seems desperate, but it's hopeful. It's desperate and hopeful. It's two nuts in one. Two things in one. Okay. So, I'm sorry. Every time I hear midnight, I keep thinking of Eric Clapton, After Midnight. Okay. He had the right idea. That's when we let it all hang out. That's right. That's not here. Okay. It's a little bit different. I don't want to get caught up or down. I don't want to get too far in the weeds here. Got a little bit to discuss. All right. Now, this is an expression which may point to some desperation, although some assert it may be sensual in nature. You know, like I said, Eric Clapton goes, after midnight, we're going to let it all hang out. The song begins, the first verse, first 4 lines, or 2 stanzas. Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. Okay. These opening lines set a tone of uncertainty. Okay. That life is unpredictable and no one has all the answers. Sounds familiar? Yes, that is a consistent theme. Okay. That theme may get boring to you after a while, but it's consistent. It's consistent in the human condition. And since we're all human, we're going to hear that a lot. Life is unpredictable and no one has all the answers. Okay, plain and simple. All right. Now, hearing this call, whether from God or lover, brings a sense of comfort, like finding a promise, like finding a purpose or someone to belong to. Now, that is another human condition. Feels like home. Okay, feels like we all want to belong to something or someone. Even the loners who hate people, the Scrooges, they still want to belong to something. Even if you're a Scrooge, you want to belong to the Scrooges of America, okay? And then you all want to go, bah, humbug together. So that even the people who push people away want to belong to the group of the people who push people away. And then they want to find out who pushes people the hardest and furthest. So yes, it's the human condition. Now, I think I lost my place. That's okay. Oh, I was talking about the last line, and it feels like home. Okay. Now, I think I covered it. Didn't I cover it? Brings a sense of comfort, like finding a purpose, right? Something to belong to. Yes, that's what I was talking about. And I covered that. Something to belong to. Okay, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. It's all right. It's all right. Next line, or it continues. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I want to take you there. In the midnight hour, I can feel your power, just like a prayer. You know, I'll take you there. Now, some people hear this, and this is like being called by name suggests intimacy and devotion. Okay, you call my name, and you only do that with someone you're familiar with. Okay, if I'm walking down the street, and this has happened to me, I think of this quite often. I was in the District of Columbia, and walking down the street, walking toward my car, and somebody says, "Reverend Mark." Okay, I turned around because I knew who they thought I was. They thought I was another reverend in the DC area named Reverend Mark Thompson. Okay, in the dark, in the night, we did resemble each other. Okay, I know that. So when they said Reverend Mark, I turned around and I waved. Now, if they actually knew who I was, they would have called me by my name and not his name. Okay, but I was polite. Now, I did decide that if that motherfucker ever did it again, I was going to turn around and say, yeah, I'm Reverend Mark. What the fuck do you want? Why you bothering me? You see, I'm walking out in that way. Next time Reverend Mark was on the radio, the guy would call in and go, Reverend Mark, why? Why were you such a dick when I spoke to you the other day? But I hadn't been back to DC since then, so at least not back to that neighborhood. And I'm sorry. Okay, a little prayer could mean a moment of spiritual connection or the rush of passion. All right. It says just like a prayer. Okay, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I want to take you there. Now, this is the version that a lot of people seem to be the line that a lot of people seem to be a little bit say, well, there's dual meanings. Oh yeah, there's a double entendre. The whole song is a double entendre. So yes, kneeling is a position of prayer, but it's also a position of submission. Okay, like they say, ass down, worship up. You know, it's in a lot of religions. You get down on your knees, face down, worship up. You go to a Muslim church, they go, Allah Akbar, put their face down, worship up. Go to a Catholic church, get down and face down, worship up. So yes, kneeling is a position of prayer, but it's also a position of submission, often tied to sexual imagery, or people are just perverts. Taking you there can mean reaching a spiritual high or a happy ending. So yes. Now, the problem is, who is she talking to at this point? Actually, I don't think that's the problem. She could be talking to both. Because quite often, if you're in a position of submission, you are also in a position of prayer. Quite often, saying, oh God. Okay. Midnight is often symbolic of a time of deep emotion, intimacy, or even temptation. Midnight is the start of the next day, although it's still dark. We covered that in the beginning, that midnight is not just your darkest hour. It's also the beginning of a new hope, a new day, a new chance to do the right thing, okay? So don't be disturbed by midnight. It's not as magical or as bright as midday, but there's hope there. You have a chance to make things right, a chance to feel better. The power being felt could be divine strength or overwhelming desire. So Madonna leans into the idea of surrender, whether it's to faith or to passion or both. And you can do both, you know. It is not historically inaccurate to talk about the whirling dervishes, although it is not something I want to talk about right now. We'll discuss the whirling dervishes much later, if there's time today. No, won't be time today. Okay. There's no resistance in her, only a desire to give in. Okay. That whole thing, being on the knees and being wanting to take it there. Yes, I've given, you know, I surrender myself to you, whoever you are. Okay. It continues. I hear your voice. It's like an angel sighing. I have no choice. I hear your voice. Feels like I'm flying. I close my eyes. Oh God, I think I'm falling. Out of the sky. Oh God, I think I'm falling. Out of the sky. I close my eyes. Heaven help me. Okay. An angel's sigh suggests something pure, almost heavenly. Okay. Now, it says angel's sigh. Yeah. It's like an angel's sigh. So it's like an angel's sigh. I was trying to remember some scripture about angels speaking, but I can't remember it now. I should have written it down when I couldn't remember it earlier, and I found it. And I said, I should write this down. And I said, no, I'll remember it because I wrote it. Fuck it. I can't remember it now. If I remember it, I'll call you. Just put your phone number in the chat room if you want to know what it is, and I'll call you with it. So just put your phone number in the chat room, and I'll call you. All right. Also, the angel sigh is also soft and seductive, and it draws her in. It's like the siren song, but in the siren song, it's calling you to doom. The angel sigh is calling you closer to heaven, and it's feeling overpowering, whether it's divine guidance or an irresistible attraction. At any rate, there's no turning back. That's it. I'm heading your way. So, flying and falling are both freedom and escape from reality. The only difference is flying is more control. It's freedom, but it's control. If you had these desire to escape, you're flying away. A vacation, flying away. Just fly. That's freedom. But falling is also freedom, but it's a different kind of freedom. Okay, falling is freedom, but it's out of control. It's out of your control. The only thing that you're going to control in falling is how you're going to hit the ground. Face up or face down. That's it. But in both situations, flying and falling, both places, eventually you're going to hit the ground. It's just a matter of how. But falling, the freedom is your freedom. There's no guiding. You're just letting go. Okay. You're falling. You're not guiding. Flying, you're guiding. Okay. You're responsible still, or someone's responsible for your path. Falling, you're not responsible for the path. You're just responsible for the feeling that you're having on that path. They're both freedom, but they're not the same feeling. They're not the same freedom. So closing her eyes suggests letting go, giving in completely. Okay, this line works in two ways. It could be spiritual or sensual, as like the rest of the song, as in falling in love or losing control and passion. Okay, I said falling. When the people talk about when I fell in love. Okay, again, it sounds accidental. Like you're walking along, and oops, I fell in love. Okay, it's still a freedom of sorts. Because when you fall in love, there's the freedom of letting go. You can't fall in love without letting go of some part of yourself. Not possible. You have to let go of fear. You have to take a risk to do that. Next, it continues. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I want to take you there. Okay, I'm in the midnight hour. We've gone through all of this. Okay, yes, we've gone through that. I'm not repeating that again. I'll go on to the next verse. Like a child, you whisper softly to me. You're in control, just like a child. Now I'm dancing. It's like a dream, no end and no beginning. You're here with me. It's like a dream, like the choir. Let the choir sing. Okay, comparing ourselves to a child suggests innocence and vulnerability, and also a lack of responsibility. Okay, when we are children, we are not responsible for what we do. Someone else is. So when she says, I'm like a child, okay, like a child, you whisper softly to me, like a child, she's waiting for someone to tell her what to do. She's not in control. The you're that she's talking to, be it God or the partner, you're in control, or they're in control, just like she's the child, okay? And she says, now I'm dancing. So apparently that's what they're told. It's like a puppet. They're in control. She says, you tell me what to do. Okay, now I'm dancing. So like a child absolves you of responsibility, putting someone else in charge. But again, that is a kind of freedom. There's children we are our most free when we are children. Okay. We don't have the responsibilities yet. We can just eat shit and have fun. And then we start school. then we're not so free anymore. But that thing, that moment before you start school, when just before you even have to put away your toys, okay, before you're even responsible for your toys, you play with your toys, you fall asleep, someone else cleans up your toys. You eat, you drink, you fall asleep, someone else cleans up your shit. Okay, that kind of freedom, that kind of child, when they're just, that is, I guess, we would all kind of like to have that freedom again. And that's what she's saying she has. Like a child, you whisper softly to me, and all I do is what you tell me to do. Now I'm dancing. Okay, it's like a dream, no end and no beginning. Okay, now dreams have ends and beginnings. They start when you go to sleep, when you enter REM, and they end when you wake up. We often don't even remember those dreams. I'm not sure I understand, but I think she's saying this is like an endless dream. Okay, you're here with me. It's like a dream. Let the choir sing. And now earlier, when the choir wasn't singing, the choir was sighing. Okay, now it could have been a typo. That H could have been, they could have meant to have an N instead of an H, and then she sang it, and that became part of the canon. Or at the very end says, let the choir sigh. I'm just fucking with you now. Okay, it says let the choir sing. And when the choir sings, okay, they are singing what? A tribute or no to God, and in agreement. So she's like a dream, no beginning, no end. Let the choir sing. Okay. She's now I'm gonna back up a half a line. Okay. She's like a dream. Dreams, like I said, can be beautiful or surreal, much like intense love or deep faith. Okay, so that beginning of love, when you're first in love with someone or something, that is like the honeymoon period, the dream phase, when it seems like there's nothing can go wrong. Okay, and again, that's why I say that dreams are not forever, because at some point the reality sets in. What you have to decide is, are you going to hold on to that dream or the possibilities of that dream, remember that dream, or you're going to start going, I don't remember him being so gassy. When we first got together, when I first fell in love with him, it was like a dream. Now I don't remember him being like that in the beginning. Okay, there's a timelessness here, something infinite, like spiritual devotion or an all-consuming romance. Again, it feels timeless in the beginning. Like, when is that next call? When is that next encounter? When are we going to see each other again? And it's the same kind of thing when you have a moment before the divine, that it seems like it takes forever for that next moment to come. And also this moment feels like it lasts forever. It's a dichotomy, if I'm using that word correctly. If I'm not, I don't know what it is. And then you could just tell me what it is, and I'll put my phone number in the chat. You can call me and tell me. Okay, she's fully absorbed in his presence, whether divine or human. So it doesn't matter if she's with God or man. She's like, I'm into this shit. I'm really into this. Yeah, I don't know if this is oral or oral, to coin a phrase from the producer of the show. Oral or oral. I don't know which it is, but they both feel good. Now, it says here, where are my notes? Okay, my notes says it could be also some, blah, 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 blah. I said that. But it could also symbolize a celebration of love, passion, or both, right? Like I said, there's the whole thing. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm kind of stupid here. I told you in the beginning that it was both things, that it's a double entendre. And I don't know why I keep repeating it. I guess for people who forget, like me, like I forgot I said that. Okay, from this point, it repeats. From this point, it no longer becomes like a prayer, it becomes more like a repetition. Of course, when you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees and I want to take you there. Okay, now, and then she says that a lot. Apparently she's spending a lot of time on her knees and she really wants to take him there. Now, in this rendition, where's the line with the voice? There's a line about the voice here. When you call my name, okay, blah, blah, blah. I thought there was something here about a voice. I don't see it, and I don't hear it. I don't feel it. Because my notes here said the voice is powerful, transporting her to another place emotionally, sensually, or spiritually. A muse inspires creativity and devotion, drawing someone in with irresistible energy. Now, the mystery is who or what is calling her, okay? Who or what is calling her? Again, we've established in the beginning the rules of this, that it's both. It's both man and God, and that's the way it's written. And in essence, her love is like a prayer, an answered prayer without the loopholes and restrictions that may apply. She has no control, and this force, whatever it is, has complete power over her. Like a prayer isn't just about religion, it's about devotion, desire, and surrender. And Madonna plays with the idea that faith and love aren't so different. Both involve deep emotion, trust, and giving oneself fully to something bigger. The rest of it is all repeat. You can go back to It's Like a Prayer. It's blah, blah. It's just like a prayer. I'll take you there. I'm not going to repeat all this stuff again because I'll be spending a minute and a half just saying the same thing that I just told you 3 or 4 minutes ago. And unless you have Alzheimer's or you're senile, there's no point in me repeating all that again. You should have been taking notes, okay? Should have been taking notes, writing this down, or just play back. Welcome, Brother Ian. Evil, yes. So that is it. Like a prayer. That is all we have to say about Like a Prayer for this week. I hope that you got something out of it. If nothing more than the desire to listen to Like a Prayer by Madonna again, or for the first time. Next week, we're going to be looking. Next week, we're going from the Material Girl to the Material World. Spirits in the Material World by the Police. So don't forget to please check us out next week on Church of Last Resort right here. Now, I want to take this opportunity to promote show G.D. Fenderson and the Funny Old Farts Part 2. The Stables in Westminster, Maryland presents Funny Old Farts featuring G.D. Fenderson.
You know you want it, you dirty little bird.
Walter Gottlieb.
Okay, who's got their hand on my ass?
David Yakeley.
Pigeons taste like chicken.
And Sandy Bernstein as the Beaver.
I deserve to be pampered.
Come and experience Funny Old Farts on February 19th at 7 p.m. at the Stables located at 452 East Main Street, Westminster, Maryland. Tickets are $15 and are available online at www.thestables@westminster.net and at the door. You must be 18 or over to get in, and adult diapers are not included. Funny Old Farts. We've seen some shit, and you can too, on February 19th at 7 p.m. at the Stables at 452 East Main Street, Westminster, Maryland. Doors open if you pull them. If you cannot make it to the Stables, you can stream it live on plausible.com/GD Fenderson for $5 per device. Thank you. So brothers and sisters, before I close, I just want to encourage everyone, if you have not subscribed to my fan page on Facebook, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, or on YouTube, my channel on YouTube, please, I encourage you to do so. We're trying to hit 1 million subscribers before the end of the day. We only need 199,000 something. So before I close, I want to thank you all. Thank you all for listening. Encourage you to, if you need a comedian, go to gigsally.com/GD Fenderson. You can rent him for an hour or two, and he'll perform his private little dancer comedy perform a private event. That's it. So on behalf of the Church of Last Resort, the entire Rowe family, my wife Amona, my kids, Cinnamon and Jelly Jr., our cat Tootsie, our dog, Stop Dropping, I wish you safe travels, and I hope you'll join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox Time on Mondog TV and everywhere that our word is heard. So brothers and sisters, as always, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah. Fuck yeah! Yes, indeed. Thank you, brothers and sisters.